Hey guys, welcome back to Etheria Restart. In today's video, we are around at the end of day 2 of this beta, and I want to have a bit of a chat about my progress, the game in general, the free-to-play versus pay-to-win side of things, because whenever you see a gacha game with PvP, it's always like, oh, but it's pay-to-win. My theory on that is always that I still enjoy competing, whether someone spent more to beat me or not. I just enjoy that side of it, but I want to take a look at some of the packs, talk you guys through my thoughts on the pay-to-win aspect, because I do think this game is a lot more free-to-play friendly in terms of being able to compete. Definitely there will be a stage where the spenders just out-dominate you through character pool and stuff like that, especially when we look to real-time arena, because when you pick something, they can't pick it, and in real-time arena, if you don't have a wide roster, you kind of start to get boned, but I want to have a bit of a chat about that. So let's firstly give you guys a recap on day 2 of the account. You can see we're account level 26 over here. Just been pushing through absolutely everything that I can. If we go to the arena, because I guess that's the first thing, because this is a paid beta, it gives you an idea of where I'm at as free to play in a paid beta. So if I hide my head here, you can see we are currently rank 5 on the leaderboards for the standard arena, which I am pretty happy with as free to play. I didn't think in a paid beta I would be sitting that high. Now I did attack the guy in first. His Chiaki is just super damn fast. This rare that he uses has a lockout ability to silence you, and then he just nukes with the other two. That's his basic strategy. And at the moment it's like speed is king. So you can see the next person is Chiaki as well. Just speed is king essentially is where it's at. Now I do have a very fast Tiamat, so I am getting a lot of defense victories. If we go over here we go to the battle report, you can see I just had a couple from Esama beat me twice, but besides that, you can have a look through my logs and see that, you know, we've had a pretty, that was all my attack section, but you can see like we've had a decent amount of defense victories. You can look at it in the general battle report, that we're at 66% wins on defense, which is pretty decent for a defense in these kind of games when it's all AI. So that is my first point of call for, you know, if you push at global launch as a free to play, you will be able to compete. Just keep in mind, if this was me at global launch, I would expect me to be maybe in the top 50 if I was lucky, because you would have many more players playing, pushing, and in this early phase, it comes down to more RNG on your gear rolls on whether you can get a bunch of speed, because speed is king in these early days. In the future, when we get fully geared, then tank systems, you know, tanky strategies and stuff can come into play. But at the moment, it is just all about speed is where it's kind of at. But just to show you, you know, rank 5 on day 2, I'm pretty happy with that result at the moment in Arena. What else have we done? They opened up the Summit Arena, which is real-time arena. I have not participated in that because I just know from last beta, I just don't have the depth of roster. And this is where spending starts to kick in, because when we take a look at the packs, you can get a lot more leveling and rank up materials, meaning you can build a wider roster, and you need a wide roster to even come into the real-time arena, because if they pick a unit, you can't pick it. And, you know, as free-to-play, you're very limited. If you look at the characters I have built, I have my Tiamat built, I have my Sanya, however we say it, built. I got my Lian, not even built for PvP. She's built on a HP build so that she can survive through some of the dungeons. I got my Doki built, and I got my Freya built. So 1, 2, 3, 4 units built. That's it. Everyone bans Tiamat straight away, so you can't use her. So I don't effectively have a DPS. So I need to build some more units is the basic problem behind RTA. So I'm not even going to jump in there until I have units built that I know I can. I jumped into the Fearless Arena. Really, really cool. I jumped into one tournament. It takes about, I want to say 3 minutes. Like, no. It takes about, I want to say 1 to 2 minutes this is the one time I did it, to pair me into a group of 8, and then it goes through the tournament. The first person I played was like a brand new player, had nothing, so I just stomped them. The next player picked the Lian and banned by Tiamat, and I had no damage, so they beat me. And that's just a taste of RTA. The reason I did it is, and I'll do a couple more, is because there's an energy refill in here, and I want to get that. I don't really care about, you know, winning battles in this as much. It's more about just getting in there and getting those freebies that you can get from that. But that's the Fearless Arena. Really cool. I might do a video on this once I'm a bit more set up. But yes, that is where we're looking at, like I said, like the basic arena, really actually free-to-play friendly at the start of the game. RTA, Not so much, because you just don't have the depth of the roster. As we look to the rest of the game, you're kind of just playing it between the level gates. So we did get into shell drop range of Fabian here, which we can farm, which we start getting some of the yellow, I don't know the rarity names, but we start getting some of the yellow shells, so those are helpful. That helped me get some speed up on my Tiamat, because you can see it's got 27 speed. We got the purple shadow dash, which isn't the max, but an extra 9 speed over there, and so that's, you know, helping me out a little bit over there. On top of that, we've gotten into, if we go back out here, this is module drops, which is our gear. We're farming Doki Doki Nightmare 3 because we unlocked Nightmare. It's not until level 35 that we can start getting the red pieces, which you really want, but for now these Nightmare pieces are going to do us decently, so I've been picking up a few of those as well, and that's kind of where we're up for farming. Now, we did unlock the Ember Trek, which I'm still going through. The problem with this one is these in-between levels, so you have a boss battle, and then in between that you have like the little overworld exploration type things, and because I've been out all day, I've been doing all this stuff on the go on my phone. I can't do these exploration stages properly on my phone because I'm like always out and about, so these ones I have to sit down and actually do, because you got to do all the ambushing and all that sort of stuff. A little bit frustrating, but we will get through it over there as well. So this has some really good rewards. This one's just one of those ones that resets every month and gives you just some decent rewards in general. This one, I really need a heal block for this boss, so I need to build someone up for that. I don't even know if I have someone in my roster for it. But I think this is where a lot of people are getting stuck. Yeah, so a lot of people have defeated Kraken. That's where I'm at. And only 12 people have gone beyond to beating any stage of this boss. So that's where we're currently at over there. I just need to build a unit for it, and then we should be pretty good. And that's pretty much where we are at. But like I said, I wanted to have a chat about the general packs and stuff like that, because this is where the game is actually quite generous free to play, in that a lot of games will sell a bunch of resources, like energy and stuff like that. When everything is level locked, if they sold a bunch of energy, it would make it super pay to win, because the pay to win could unlock everything earlier. But if we look through these packs, there is this level 10 pack that gives you an energy refill. Besides that, there is no, at least from what I've seen, there is no other extra energy that you can get as pay to win. You get one extra 100 energy, and that's it. Now, as I mentioned, when you look through some of these packs, the big thing you do is get these, which are skill ups for your SSRs. You get these, which are taking your characters to rank 6. So you get to rank up, and you get to skill up and level up a lot faster with all these packs. And that's what all these packs are geared around, is just like progressing your characters faster. But in terms of like the gear farm, it doesn't actually put you anywhere ahead, because it only gives you, spending only gives you one extra refill. And that's pretty much it. So I think it's quite, in that aspect, I like this from a free-to-play player's perspective, because they're not getting ahead of you on the grind. Now, the catch is that as a free-to-play, for me to try and compete at this point, it means I am not using my gems on summoning. You can see my premium currency here is at 9,435, because I am max refreshing over here every day, which is 960 gems per day, which is about a 10 pull per day I'm spending on energy refills. So that may annoy some people, but I know some people don't care as much about competing as much, so that's not as much of an issue. Now, I have done a few 10 pulls with gems, just because I know that, you know, this is like a less than 2 week beta, so at 1,000 per day, like I got 9 days worth of gems here, so I've been just burning some and keeping like 8,000 to 9,000 in reserve. So that's what I've been trying to do. And if we go to my summon record, I don't know how far this record goes, but like we have done a ton of summons, because just the free summons you get along the way as well is ridiculous. So let's see how far this record goes back to. I think it should hold everything from launch. I do really want them to separate these records between the different summon types, but at least this gives us a look. So we're still going. Leon, there we go. So what's that? 55 times 5. What's that? Like 250 something, mid 250s? That would be 250, 275-ish, 76, 77, 277. Dude, someone do the math for me. But yeah, that is a lot of free-to-play summons in 2 days. Like, that summon income is nuts. I've probably used 3 to 4 10 pulls in gems. The rest has just been summons that you get through playing the game, which I think is really, really decent. Now, if we look at the characters I summoned, I hit a dark unit on the on the standard banner, but it is the worst dark unit. It's Shadow Sanya. Now, she is there for poison explosions and stuff like that, but that is not something I need. The other two dark units are absolute top tier. Lily is the one I want the most. Heinrich is just absolutely amazing everywhere. And we had to pull the wrong dark unit, which kind of sucks. We did also just pull Kloss for like 10 pulls ago, who is a fantastic, especially PvE debuffer. Does have some utility in PvP as well, but like I really like her for her PvP usability. She has very unique debuffs. I might build her up eventually, but at the moment, I kind of have my progression path set with what I want to do during this beta, and I don't really want to worry too much about that. I want to try and, you know, push some of the different PvP realms, so that's where I'm going to be focusing my upgrades on characters for. So we'll have to wait and see how that pans out for me. But in general, that is the progression that we have made so far on day 2 of the game. Obviously, it's a gacha game, PvP. It's got spending in it. It is pay to win. Like, you get an advantage when you spend. But I do think that, especially at global launch, if you want to try and push as a free-to-play, you do have a decent chance to, you know, compete at a decent level. Yes, you're always going to be behind on your upgrades, on the amount of characters you have and stuff like that. But, you know, there is a chance for you to do something decently. Like I said, if I could have, you know, if this at global launch, like the start I've had at global launch, I've had a bit of decent RNG with my gear and stuff, you know, and I could be rank 50 and my face cam didn't freeze. Wait, property. Yeah, there it is. Deactivate, activate. Let's see. Yeah, and my face cam didn't freeze. Like, I'd be pretty happy with being like, you know, rank 50, rank top 100 even would be huge at global, like anything like that. So I definitely think you are going to get beaten out, especially in RTA, by spenders. But my whole perspective on it, and you guys know me as the guy who loves PvP, even though I'm always free to play, is I just want to compete and do the best I can with what I have. And if that is to be ranked 6,000, well, then so be it. That's the fun I have. But I do want to say, and I may do a whole video on this going deep into the PvE modes. The PvE modes they have are really fun. These 3 modes, plus the guild boss, plus the Ethernet rally when it does come. Once we unlock the Ethernet rally, that's when I'll probably do a video going over all the PvE modes, because these are just really fun to push. I've been really enjoying my time, as I did in the previous beta, pushing through the PvE modes when I get a chance to, because they're just quite enjoyable, if I'm being honest. So I do think it does have a lot if you do want to sort of skip PvP. I would still just participate at bare minimum in PvP to get some of the rewards. But if you don't want to focus on PvP, I still think there is a good chunk of PvE for you to dive into, especially the Phantom Theater, where you can play with your friends. So basically you have one boss and one, like, so this boss, you can see it's got the two figures next to it. This boss, you build a team with someone else to compete, and then you both take one of the other bosses. So like, I'd take the green boss, my partner would take the red boss, and then we would both form a team together using three and two, whichever way, to take on the blue boss. It's a really fun thing, and all the battles happen at the same time, in real time. It's pretty fun. So I do like a bunch of these PvE modes in themselves as well. As a bit of enjoyment. But once again, that is my recap on day 2. Dude, I almost forgot what day it was. It's only day 2. Day 2 of Etheria Restart Beta, Final Beta. I cannot wait for the actual release of this game. It's going to be so fun. I'm just having so much fun. That pretty much sums it up. Game's sick. Anyway, as always, guys, thanks for watching. I hope you have an awesome day, and I look forward to seeing the next one. Cheers.